Hi, my name is Lori and I make stoneware pottery. I'm going to show you my process for making pottery from start to finish. I hope you enjoy. I'm going to demonstrate how to make a mug on the potter's wheel. The first thing I do is I put the clay on the wheel using some water and my hands. I center the clay in the middle of the wheel. Once I'm satisfied that the clay is centered on the wheel, I then want to put a hole in the clay so I can put my fingers into it to make my cup form. So that's what you see me doing there. Next, I'm going to bring up the walls of the pot. So as you can see, as I move my fingers up, the walls come up and they get thinner. So I'm just going to bring those walls up quite a bit until I'm happy with how high the pot is. With every pass of my fingers, the walls get a little higher and they also get a little thinner. Now that I've brought those walls up quite a bit and they're thinner, I'm going to shape the mug itself. I'm going to make the body of the mug kind of go out, flare a little bit, and then the top will come in and there will be a rim that kind of flares out just a little bit. You can see me doing it there. Yeah. Use a sponge to make it all smooth. After the pot's set up a little bit, I turn them over and trim the bottoms. That is what I'm doing here. I use different tools to trim off clay from the bottom to make a foot or just to make it smooth. This is an example of a trimmed pot with a foot on it. After I trim the pottery, I put it on a rack and let it dry. After it's completely dry, I put it into the kiln and I fire it at about a temperature of 1900 degrees. The first firing of pottery is called a bisque firing. This is an example of bisque pottery that has been taken out of the kiln. The next step is to glaze the pottery and then it goes back into the kiln. For the last firing, I fire at cone 6 at about 2300 degrees. And this is what the pottery looks like when it's taken out of the kiln, the finished product. Well, I hope you've learned a little bit about pottery. It is a lot of fun. It does take a few years to learn, but it's worth it. Bye.